TV 3000. I'm here with
Matt.
Matt. Matt was kind enough to do an interview for me, and I just want to ask a couple questions. Matt, what brought you out here to the oil fields of North Dakota?
Well, originally it was for the promise of a good job.
Yeah.
And get good pay.
What's kind of been your experiences since you've been here?
I've experienced a lot of things. There's a lot of things that go wrong.
That's like, dude, we go sitting on the inside if you want to.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, just so y'all know, it's cold.
It's even short. Yeah, things have gone wrong and things have gone right. It's a different area.
Yeah, and where you from? What's the difference between where you're from and being here as far as opportunity goes? Things that you've seen.
Well, not too much difference, but the pay is higher out here.
Yeah.
And I'm from Minnesota, so that we got a lot more trees.
Yeah.
And lakes and stuff. And but North Dakota has been pretty amazing if you actually look at it and come out here. You can see for miles. And
Yeah.
Not a normal thing.
Yeah, because I was telling somebody else that once you've been up here, like you've been up here like straight like 3, 4, 5, 6 months, then you go home, you kind of get that claustrophobic feeling because you can't see way off and you can't see the sky, the sunset and stuff like that.
Well, I've been here off and on for 4 years. I worked here first for like 6 months, then I took a vacation to Sturgis and was on vacation for like 2.5 years.
Yeah.
But I did work in that 2.5 years.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say that's one of the benefits, and I say that's one of the things that also made me stay up here, made me come back. If I can make the money, and especially if you can make the money and find a job that has the rotation, they have that 14 on, 7 off, 14 and 14, or something like that. If you can get into that, that's nice because you can have that time where you can work, save money, and time at home if you have family and stuff like that.
Yeah. I haven't had many jobs like that though. So
Yeah, exactly.
But it would be nice.
Yeah.
It would be very nice.
And let me ask you this: what advice would you give to somebody who's thinking about coming up here before they leave? 2,000 miles away from home. You're in Minnesota, which is like right next door. You're like the neighbor of North Dakota with all the trees.
Save up a couple $1,000s.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a camper or something. There is housing available, but it's pretty expensive. So
Yeah.
a lot of people are up here in campers too. So.
Yeah.
But if you save up a couple $1,000s, you might even be able to find a place at this point in time when it's slow, and then for a reasonable rate. And then once you're locked into that reasonable rate, maybe it'd be great for you.
Yeah. Because I was saying to another guy,
Stock up on food. And
Yeah.
everything you need to. If you're going to be having a Mr. Heater, don't roll your windows up and turn your Mr. Heater on because you'll die of carbon monoxide.
exactly. You Mr. Heater, you talking about the electric one or the propane one?
Propane one.
Okay. Oh hell no. Yeah.
All right. Well, people have done that. When I first got out here, I was in a camper, and we seen some stuff that wasn't good.
Yeah.
Because people did that. They'd go out to the bars because there wasn't anything to do or something.
Yeah.
And they'd go home and roll their windows up, maybe thinking they'll roll them down later or something, but they left it on.
They fall asleep and then that's it.
And they don't wake up.
And let me ask you this: have you seen that Fracking Hell documentary that they had on?
I don't think so.
Okay, don't worry about it. You don't need to watch it. It's like they made a lot of false statements and stuff in there. Like it was talking about how this rampant drug problem and biker gangs and all that kind of stuff. Exactly that face that you make right there is like that's everywhere.
That's
but it's
everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's not more prominent here.
Yeah.
There was a lot of violence a few years ago.
Hey, how's it going, bud?
You doing all right?
There was a lot of violence a few years ago, and I think that was due to just the volume of people that was here.
And it was just a free for all in the beginning. Then it started to.
It was a madhouse. It really was, and it has tamed down a lot. It'd be more like North Minneapolis 3 years ago here versus suburbs somewhere that's all peaceful now. So it's a big change that happened. And I think when the boom comes back, it's going to be more of a steady, just an even keel thing instead of a big boom again.
Well, that's what they're kind of banking on, but because I don't know if I was telling Shaq or if I was telling somebody else, if they had put a moratorium on the price of rent, it would be a lot more people would have stayed, because a lot more people would have already had money saved up. And when I say moratorium, I mean, you can only raise your rental price. Yeah, cap on it. And that's it, because you got to look at it. I mean, they really took advantage of a lot of people with just the rental prices by itself, and that's not food and other stuff.
3 years ago, 1 bedroom, $1,500.
Yeah, because I don't say that last year when I was up here.
2 bedroom, $2,500.
Exactly. 3
bedroom, $3,500.
Exactly. It just went up by 1,000, just like that.
Just save as much as you can before you come up here if you want to. If you're coming up here.
Exactly. I was saying to another guy.
It slowed down quite a bit, so be careful and weary on that.
Absolutely. And I was telling somebody, kind of be patient, when they get up here.
Yep.
Kind of prepare themselves for everything that could possibly happen that could go wrong. That way, if something does, you prepare for it versus thinking, it's the land of gold and stuff when they get up here.
I had a question for you.
What's that?
I saw on the internet a lot of stuff about jobs and the cold and people on sleeping outside, but I never saw sleeping. And I'm Shaq, by the way. How y'all doing? Where do you eat? Like, where do you shop? What stores are here for people that don't know?
I'd have to say I would go to Walmart, because Walmart doesn't really change prices on anything. And there is good stuff still at Albertsons and Cashwise.
Yeah, but you end up paying more for it.
The prices are almost double. And they've reasonably kind of went down on that since the boom left. So the prices have dropped a little in the other stores, but darn to say it, Walmart's a killer on good prices, So.
I mean, when it comes down to it, plus you can get everything there, and they still have the hot food and stuff, so you can get that if you,
chicken. Sometimes you can still get the rotisserie chickens for $5.
Exactly. Man, I meant to say that when the old dude was asking about where's a cheap place to get something to eat. You just go to Walmart. That's it.
Go to Walmart. You have Cashwise here. You have Albertsons is here too for all my Northwest people,
Because I never heard of Albertsons before I came up here.
Yeah, and Albertsons honestly is the fresher choice, I would say. Albertsons, you can sponsor me. Cashwise, Albertsons, what other stores there?
That's it.
There's a cheaper dollar store somewhere.
Where?
But that's just in the Williston area, downtown area.
Where's the dollar store at?
Not a dollar store, but it's like a cash place or someplace cheap to buy food. There's another store that sells food around here. I just don't know what we call it. Look online, find out. There is one thrift store for all my people that know how to bargain. I got these FRs there, and
I really hate this dude. Yeah, I really hate this dude.
It's cold outside. But I got this for $12.
Oh, dude.
Watch $10. So for all my people that get out here, you may not have all the money. Oh man, it's cold. I don't know where to shop. I don't want to pay $250, which is what these probably cost.
Yeah.
$300 if I have to tell anybody.
Yeah.
But if I,
Yeah.
So.
It's all on YouTube.
You see how we're all just sitting down, relaxing, waiting on our jobs or going to it. You can generally find that atmosphere out here. You do have to be a little humble and waiting for your jobs, but you can definitely find something. I found a great job. I got my CDL in February of 2014 or 2015. Got out here, trained from Seattle for $150 on Amtrak. Look at Amtrak and getting out here because the airport is pretty expensive to fly into ISN, which is Williston, or Frontier Airlines if you're coming in from Minot. Look at that.
Yeah, because you got to go from Minot to get there, don't you?
So those are the cheap air carriers to get out here. The Amtrak is one of your best options for coming out here. And they also have, what is it, Gray Line? Or
yeah, they got Gray Line stations right here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So.
And flights are really cheap from this airport. If you're going to go over to like Billings or something, it's like $50. It costs you more driving a car.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because it's going to cost me $500 to go back home if I go ahead and hook it. If I book the flight within like the next week or so, and that'll be January 4th to be home for like 2 weeks and then come back.
Yeah.
But ain't no getting it now during the holidays. You can just hang it up.
Right.
Yeah.
But
What other? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
don't say what's your name, man?
Matt.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It's been a long work week, but Matt, what kind of skills will you say that'll be good for a person if they have those type of skills to come up here? You know, carpentry. You know, anything you can think of.
Oh, the construction's running wild out here.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be great. Carpentry would be a good skill. Just basic common knowledge on jobs and stuff and safety. Got to have some safety training like OSHA or anything like that.
Yeah.
Definitely help you out with any jobs out here. And also, I don't know. I was a manager at Papa John's for like 6 months, and the drivers were making more than me.
Right.
So if you got a good license, I mean, go to a pizza place. They get $200, $300, $400 a night.
And tips.
Anyway, that's the tips, and then you're paid.
Yeah. That's true. Well, Matt, I appreciate that, man. I know you got to go, and I know you got stuff to do.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good to meet you.
And appreciate that. This is JPTV 3000.
That's it.
Well, actually, I'm going to interview you separate, man. So
No, I'm offended you saying JP 3000. You should have signed out. Edit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.